shop is a mess. What's up, everybody? So, my name is Brent, and like the title says, I'm building a dumb axle. Well, that's what my friends told me. Not really a dumb axle. Building a Dana 60. Doing something kind of cool with 14 bolt outers, 5 lug, and I don't know why I'm staying 5 lug. I've got tons of 8 lug wheels sitting outside, but we're gonna stay 5 lug on the CJ7. I've got about 30 days to build this, so getting a little tight. But yeah, got Yukon Grizzly Locker. Oh, motive gear set. I'm running CJ7, the later, thinner CJ7 front rotors on the rear, and I've got 2019 F-150 rear calipers that have the electronic e-brake. So might do something fun with that later, but at least the CJ will have e-brakes that work. I guess hang out with me and see how far I get. In the video, things kind of, you know, I figure it out. Things kind of change a little bit from my original plan, but it's no big deal. I really like how it's turned out now. So let's get started.
Birds aren't afraid to fly high, but what are we afraid of in this life? Rejection, humility, but no one wins without failing. Winners get gold, then gold, they just keep going. You're always gonna make a comeback, even when you're falling flight. You're gonna get to the end and look around. Are your dreams in your hands or in the ground? You're always gonna make a comeback, come back, come back.
Need to go grab my square, but it looks pretty darn square. So that's cool. Might be, just looking at the spindle, maybe off just a touch, but that'll work. You can actually see where the stock spindle is pressed in. So that's also pretty handy. I guess we'll see how this goes. Unless those are rubber. Don't know. Or it might be friction welded. Wow, that's really sharp in there. Ah, they might be friction welded together. That'd be funny if that's how they did that. Which could put a bit of a, yep, could put a little bit of a hitch in my plan. So we'll see, because the diameter goes in to these two that look like welds, although that might be not metal. Can't really tell. That is definitely sharp and metal on the inside. Looks like a friction weld. So I'll have to play with that. Hopefully this part is a small enough, it doesn't seem like it is a small enough diameter to fit in that part. So I may still be sleeving this, which I don't like. To be continued. Things have changed since yesterday. So the way the factory spindles are manufactured, they're actually friction welded together, and there was no good way to machine it in and slot it over. I was only going to end up with like 3/8 of an inch of tube inside the spindle. So cleaned up the spindle, machined this seal surface down so it matches the seals that I have, which seems a little excessive, but the hubs are metric. They take metric seals. So anyways, this is 70 millimeters. Sorry, 70 millimeters. Around that's still very hot. And the rear of this hub is 100 millimeters. And look, ta-da! My seal works. It's too hot for me to show you. Anyway, so that ended up lopping off 2 inches, you know, there, and then I sleeved this with a piece of 2 3/4 inch DOM. So it was a lot of work to lose 2¼ inches. I cut 2¼ off, left a 1/4 inch gap, chamfered both sides, got it square. It actually looks like really, really nice. I know I'm supposed to put a bar through it and do all the things. Looks perfect. Had the tube on it in the lathe. Got my run out to like, it was ridiculous. The run out was perfect. It slotted right in that one. It's as straight as it was before. So I just went ahead and lopped off this side. I will take it and put it on the lathe. You know, plasma cutty things. Turn it down. Need to cut 2¼ off of that tube. And then we'll have an axle that's the right width and it's not offset. So I'm fine with it. That's a lot of work, all because Rough Stuff didn't send me the spindles. Thanks, Rough Stuff. But anyways, yeah, go ahead and take this one to work and put it on the lathe tomorrow during my lunch break and see where we can get. The diff is upside down right now, so I'm probably going to flip that because there's still actually gear oil in it. And fun story, this happened to me twice now in my life when I'm welding on something that has gear oil in the center section. Some people say don't do it. Some that whatever you do when you're building your axle, do it that way. Anyways, it only ever happened to me. This is the second time. If you heat up gear oil enough, it has a flash point, and I reached the flash point. So when I was welding that side, the spindle was still on, and I just heard this massive noise. I had my welding mask on, but I could see out of the corner of my eye over here a giant flame blasted out the other side. So that was pretty cool. Sounded like kind of like a cannon. It's pretty sweet. I'm sure it'll do it again. I cleaned more crap out of the inside of this axle tube than I really liked. And once I pulled the diff cover and stuff, I'll end up running a rag through this way. But these axle tubes, what were they doing? Like, why was this a thing? Ew. Yeah, and the whole tube is completely full of it. So anyways, I think I'm done for the evening with this. I'll get this one. I also put it in the mill and bored holes in that so I could plug weld, you know, plug weld ugly, but whatever. I'm gonna grind all this down. You'll never know what happened. I'm kind of happy where this is gonna land. My control arms are gonna actually go across it. It's gonna be really close. They're gonna be like pretty darn close to it. So I had a little bit of extra. I thought about putting another tube on the outside, but this is gonna be fine. The spindles are friction welded on. I'm sure my weld is stronger than that. Ominous foreshadowing. So anyways, I think that's gonna be it for this video. I'll probably turn around and shoot like a pre-roll because not a whole lot of intro, but as to why I'm building this axle. So I'm gonna do that and then I'm going to bed.